Check, check, check.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Check. There we go. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Middle Creek Stadium, home of the Middle Creek Mustangs, where you're in for a show tonight with the very last SWAC matchup between the Middle Creek Mustangs and the Fuquay-Varina Bengals.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody.
Testing, testing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Thursday edition of Friday Night Football here on the Bengal Football Network. And we got a big one for you all, ladies and gentlemen. This is the game of games, and this year it means a little bit more because it is the last time these two teams will meet as conference foes. We're talking about Fuquay-Varina. We're talking about Middle Creek. This is the showdown of showdowns, and it is going to go all in tonight. My name is David Oliveira Jr. I'm going to be here on your play-by-play, and then I have my friend Evan Rogers, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about this rivalry.
Yeah, it's Fuquay Middle Creek. It doesn't get much bigger than this. Being, a four-year basketball player myself, this is kind of a game in the preseason you circle. This is the game, if you lose every other game but you beat your rivals, you can kind of see that season as a success. For the Bengals, this is a game that you kind of look forward to every season, and especially this year with the circumstances being a little different, with playoff hopes being out of the picture. This game is really your Super Bowl if you're the Bengals. You win this, you can kind of call this season a success, and if you lose, you're going to have to deal with your biggest rival kind of talking in your face for a whole offseason.
So, again, the Bengals actually have that until tonight where they were able to talk. They broke the curse of 11 years, won the first ever Easter Bowl, so this is going to be the second one. So let's talk a little bit about Middle Creek. What do they do well?
Middle Creek is very similar to Friendship. They have a very potent offense. They're probably a little more balanced than the Patriots. They're led by junior quarterback Chad Kearns. He's tossed for over 1,100 yards on the season, and he's got 11 touchdowns. And then in the backfield, you're going to see Dorian Stewart. He's kind of their workhorse back. He's averaging over 100 yards a game right now, and he's got 11 scores. If you're going to stop this offense, you're going to have to stop Stewart first and then work your way to the passing game.
So we hear about the offense. We know what the Bengals defense can do. So they're going to have to put themselves out there and put them in good position to give that offense a chance to get going. We are here set up. Middle Creek is going to kick off to begin the game. We have Ziegler and Jackson Barker in the backfield for the return. And this is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the end of the year. This is the last game, the last spring football game of the COVID year. I think everyone's ready, and this is just a big one. For the kickoff for Middle Creek, it's going to be number 11, Kyle Eiley, who also plays receiver. And we are underway. Ball is going to be kicked deep. It is going to be out of bounds, and we are going to start with a penalty, and that's going to put the Bengals in really good field position. So that's going to be something that they're going to really have to work with tonight is good field position and really trying to move the ball.
Yeah, that's a big play right there for the offense. Last week against Garner, the offense really struggled going midway through the fourth. They just had a hair over 25 total yards of offense. Get in the gift, starting the ball at the 35. See if the offense can kind of get something going tonight here in the early going.
All right, and here's the setup. One receiver split out wide, two tights. One runner in the backfield, Connor Chaparral. And then Caden Cancel under the center. Ball's going to go to Chaparral on that dive. And immediately he's going to be stopped about 3 or 4 yards. Good spot right there. Again, we just started. The score is 0-0, and this is a huge rivalry game. And again, conference realignment in the state of North Carolina is going to break up the SWAC next year. So these two teams will not be conference foes, but I'm pretty sure every sport is going to reschedule these teams together.
On that first play, if you're looking at it from a fan perspective, you might think that's a good play for the Middle Creek defense. It's a big hit. It's a right up the gut, but if you're the Bengals, you're taking 5 yards on a first down, any play of the game. That's that ground and pound kind of offense.
Castle is from up under center, looks it over, resets. Here's going to be another handoff to Chaparral to the left side this time. Chaparral trying to drive the feet. Maybe a gain about 1, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 5. 11:05 in the first quarter. Offense has been struggling slightly for Fuquay. So right now, this first drive is going to be a really good litmus test for them to see if they can get it going. And here we go, 2 tights, 1 split left. Here's Jackson Barker in motion. Here's the speed. He gets around the edge. He turns upfield. He's going to push through a Mustang defender there. Ran right through his face mask, and that's going to be a first down for Jackson Barker.
That's a big turn of events right there for the offense. Last week, you didn't really see many first downs for the offense. You know, coming out the gate, you got the emotions of a rivalry game. You get that first down, and maybe this can start for the offense, kind of start clicking.
I was seeing blitz right. Barker gets the ball to the left, cuts up, finds a hole, gets to the first down, but we do have laundry on the field, so we'll see what that is. Let's hold off. Holding on the Bengals. That's the last thing the Bengals need is penalties on a good run play like that.
Especially with this wing back style of offense, getting behind the chains early, and especially 7 yards behind the sticks is not a formula the Bengals really want to go off of. And see, the Bengals can kind of dig themselves out of this early hole.
So first and 17, 10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Bengals on their 39-yard line. Receiver number 10, that's going to be a change in numbers. Caden Castle, he's going to give the ball off to number 7, Brenton Green. And Green, who hasn't seen much time in the backfield, getting an early carry. Let's go ahead and try to set up the offense for you. Again, you've heard the name, Caden Castle. He's been the quarterback all year. He's been doing a great job in that position. Running back right behind him is Connor Shepard-Rail. Sometimes switches out with Caden Linkus, and we just saw Brenton Green, so you'll have 3 running backs that might hit that position. Jackson Barker in motion. There's the give to Shepard-Rail. About 3 yards, driven back. Depends on where the spot goes. Being up 3, 3rd down, excuse me, 3rd down and 4. Going to be a big down. And what do you think Coach is going through? What's going through Coach Hall's mind right now?
Yeah, this is a big down, and it's kind of like an interesting territory for the Bengals. They could go up the gut or they could go outside. I'd prefer to go outside with your athletes on the outside and the speed that we have out there to pick up this big 3rd down.
It was close. Going to bring up 4th and about 1. So let's see what Coach Hall does here. Fourth down and less than 1. 7:57 and rolling in the first quarter. No score yet. First possession for the Bengals. Looks like we're going to get a tight formation here. Brenton Green and Jackson Barker on the edges. Green is going to go in motion. Here's Connor Shepard-Rowe. He's going to get it, and that's going to be a first down. And that is a good job of getting a first down.
That's a big early development going for this Bengals offense. A 1st and 17. Run it down the defensive throat and get that first down. It's really a big play for this offense, and we're kind of seeing a life and a spark from this offensive line that we really haven't seen all season for the Bengals.
New set of downs for Caden Castle to play with. Ethan Burke split out wide. He's going to set back. He's going to put it up for Burke. There's one-on-one coverage. Burke goes up, and there's a flag on the play. Defense looked decent, but looks like the official did not see the same thing. So Gonna have a little huddle right here. Caden Castle heard something. He's gonna point the other way. Oh, and that's gonna be automatic first down for the Bengals. Offensive holding is the call. First down, the ball is going to be placed on the 32-yard line. So, again, a good first drive for the Bengals, going very well here. Two receivers split right. Castle's going to hand off to Barker. Barker slips and gets brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Bring up second down in about 12.
Second time tonight we've seen a Bengal running back, slip when they're in the open field. I don't know if it's, a cleat issue or a turf issue. Definitely something to keep your eye on for the remainder of the night.
Yeah, the grass is dry. These guys are looking for that extra slide, but it's not going to giving them there. Castle, hand off to Chaparral. He pulls it. Caden goes right behind Chaparral after he pulls it. Gains about 4 yards on the play. Solid play. Going to bring up third down and about, we'll call it 7. Ball marked on the 30-yard line. So 6-minute drive to open up the game. And that's how you wear down the defense in Middle Creek and really push. They got a lot of size on that front line. And you really want to push them to get them tired. When tights, Chaparral in the backfield. Jackson Barker on the motion. He gives to Chaparral, holds on to the ball. Oh, but the defender was right there, and that was number 1 on the tackle. That was Nashawn Biggs, free safety cornerback, and he was right there. And it was a good play hiding the ball like that. Caden Castle coming off with a spin move, but Biggs was right there for the stop.
Yeah, that very interesting, down in territory for the Bengals here. You're looking at a 4th and, long 6, maybe call it 7. You think, you have to go passing if you're not going to punt the ball. And then maybe look for the Bengals to do one of those plays where they get Castle rolling out in the pocket and have a guy coming across the middle. We don't need the deep ball shot where he will take a 2 or 3 step drop and it up to Burke. Hopefully, the Bengals can pick up this pretty crucial fourth down here in the early game.
Little all in the play. If you look at this defense, they're playing really close to the ball. So here's a time for a pass right here. Caden Castle gets out. He sees back. Good play right there on a breakup by the DB. The ball was going for Jackson Barker, and the DB made a cut for it. Didn't even try to pick it off, just knocked it down. And that was a good play to force a turnover on downs. And it's going to bring out the Fuquay-Varina defense. Here's the first play for the Mustangs. They're going to get pressure on Hearns. Hearns is going to throw it, lobs it up there. 2 receivers in the area. No one comes down with it. But just looking at that my first time seeing Kearns, and he's already the type of guy that could get out of the pocket a little bit and make a little bit.
And the early goings, you see Nigel Pierce. Some weeks he's playing B-back, and Green in the early goings being that B-back, maybe they're kind of trying to save Pierce's legs and play him at safety tonight.
There's a run right up the middle, and that's going to go for about 9 yards. Running a quick huddle. That is short right there. There's going to be a stop. I guess they're going to try to measure it. So the officials are going to take a quick timeout. like to thank all of the people who watched all season for the games for the Fuquay-Varina Bengals football team on the Bengals network. Been great doing these games. I know myself and Evan have had a great time doing these games, so we appreciate everybody watching. So we also like to thank the parents who've helped with this, especially Mr. Barker and Mr. Smith for getting this set up so, everyone can see. These are great opportunities for these kids to be seen. And, high school football is a great thing. And I'm a guy that's a little bit older. So, if we had these opportunities, I would love if I could tell a family member, just go onto this website and you can watch me play football in high school, even if you're on the other side of the country. So great opportunity here. We come back out of the timeout. No first down, 3rd and short. Big first snap, and that's going to be a first down right there. So he gets the offense drawn off sides. They were running. That's going to be a first down for the Mustangs. They were running a no-huddle quick attack, and then just one hard count was what Hearns did there. Hearns with 3 receivers wide. He's going to hand the ball off right up the middle. And that's going to be number 45, Jared Rosenberg, right there on the tackle. And that's going to be a name we're going to have to hear a lot of to really keep that running game in check.
Solid tackle there by Rosenberg. He's a little undersized. Goes low. Stewart on the ground quickly.
Another stop on the play. So 3rd and Jaden Bulwer on the stop with that one. So 3rd and about 5, 3:48 rolling on the first quarter. No score. Bengals had almost a 9-minute drive that was stopped on a turnover on downs, and Mustangs are getting their first action with the ball. Here's Hearns, the option hold, the run pass option. That was Joey Carlin on the tackle. Again, the usual suspects have already been called. We're just waiting on Colin Rosenblum right now. Usually you hear Carlin, you hear Rosenberg, and you hear Rosenblum. Great linebackers here for Fuquay, and they're just going to keep going after it. 4th and 2. They're going to get the pass out, and then so the pass is completed. The strip was, they tried to go for the strip, wasn't there. He got an extra few yards, so that's going to be a first down by number 19, Adam Booker. Pushes the pace again. Going to fake the handoff. He's waiting to throw the ball, releases it up high to number 25. There's 2 up there, and there's going to be the catch. Touchdown and the flag, number 25, Braden Harrison. And that was just great concentration right there on the reception. That's going to bring the score 6. Middle Creek Mustangs 0. Fuquay Bengals. Breeze having a conversation about it. I think what the issue is there was a defense of interference. I think this call is going to go to the head coach at Middle Creek, and he's just going to wave the flag. So the flag is waved off as Middle Creek would take the points, and that is set to field position. Middle Creek is going to set up to go for after. That's going to be Kyle Ely. That old kick, and it is no good. So that is a good thing for the Bengals right there. A little spot of sunshine in that problematic drive right there, but they'll take that. They'll take that definitely.
Yeah, that was a very, impressive drive. We talk about balanced attack, and saw that balanced attack. You had Stewart going up the gut. He'd get, 8, 7, even 10-yard bursts at a time. And then you had Kern slinging it. And just an impressive catch right there for the touchdown. Great concentration. But like you said, the little silver lining out of that is you had Kyle Ely, who, being a senior, and he was a consistent kicker last year, missing a PAT in the early goings, could come up huge later in the game. You never know when you might need that 1 point, or you might be forced to go for 2 when you didn't want to. And that could come back to bite you in the butt.
So with 2:28 remaining in the first quarter, the score is 6-0 Middle Creek Mustangs. We're here at Middle Creek Stadium. And again, this is the last game of rivalry. And getting up early, that's going to help the blood flow for the Mustangs. So this is going to be a big drive right here. Big play sequence and big drive right here for the Bengals. Riley with the pick. Up it is the Steve by Jackson Barker. He's going to slowly take it inside the numbers. Make one man cut. Gets to the 20. Good field position to start for the Bengals. Again, we'll set up the offensive line. Starters are 66, Aiden Harper, 56, Josh Shockley. Number 77, Liam Towney. Number 59, Dylan Solomon. And then number 72, Jesse Turner. That goes right to the left. Barker gets the speed option off to the left-hand side. He's getting around. He's at the 10-yard mark, gets the first down, and then there's going to be a flag there at the end. Came really late, so we'll see what that is. Ball is getting walked back, so we'll get the information on. There was a hold there right there on the Bengals. So again, Bengals are taking 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It's gonna have to be the play in this drive and the play in this game to really settle them down so they can really get rolling. Yard run, stopped by number 91, Stephen Holland. Second and 5, 142 rolling in the first period. 6-0. This extra point by much. So under center, ends it up to Barker. Barker goes over the guard and is hit almost immediately right there. Gain on the play, still 3rd and 5.
This is a big down for the offense. Maybe look for Castle to maybe roll out again, or get some run to the outside, or even sling it here. You feel with the way this game is going to progress throughout the day, and the way we see the Mustangs offense and the balance that Bengals can't really afford on the offensive side to have quick 3 and outs or have empty possession.
Yeah, like you're saying, Evan, one of the tougher things is playing a rival and not having any extra little pieces to get in there. And it looks like Jackson Barker gets right there at the first down mark. And sometimes you don't need a great play call. You just need a great player. Sometimes it's just the Jimmies and the Joes. And right there, Jackson Barker showed you he could get around that corner and get the first down. Great play right there. Let's see if Coach Hall can build on the momentum. From the huddle. Put in his number 21, A.J. Hollingsworth. in for the speed option. He's going to come around. He has the side. Needed to make a decision right there. Took a little bit too much time, and the defender came up and made the stop. Good job by the defender, and that's going to be the first quarter. The score, Fuquay Bengals 0 and Middle Creek Mustangs 6. And we'll be right back here at the Bengals Football Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Mustang Stadium here on the campus of Middle Creek, where the score is Middle Creek 6 and Fuquay-Varina 0. Starting in the second quarter, Brinson Green is going to be in motion. Here's a fake handoff. Caden Castle goes to the right-hand side. And there's going to be a big late hit right there, so it's flag. So we're going to get a little extra chunk of yardage on this play. Just got to pull off when you see that going out. Tough, because especially in a rivalry game, you want to get those good shots, but you got to take it.
Yeah, that's a big play right there for the Mustangs. The hate that play because doing that penalty wasn't there. You got a third down, and you can force the Bengals to be punting deep in their own territory. Now the Bengals have the ball on the plus side of the 50 again for the second consecutive drive. Let's see if the Bengals offense can take this momentum and get a score here in the second quarter.
Setting up. Again, similar formation, two twin tights. Jackson Barker in motion. Connor Chaparral gets the ball, and he's going to get about 4 or 5 on the play. Down by Reed Gallows there. Second and 6. The outs are going to be Dylan Smith, Jackson Barker. There's the ball given to Brinson Green. He's going to go to the right and gets about 3 yards. So Brinson Green getting his first offensive snap since Wakefield. Looking pretty good, seeing the hole pretty well. Just not a ton of room, but you know, when you got another dynamic back there to add to Chaparral, add to Jackson Barker, really a good thing. Offense. Third down, about 4 to go. Chaparral, here's the pull by Castle, and this gets sniffed out, and he gets dropped right there at the line of scrimmage. By number 33, Ryan Swagger. Good read right there on the play.
Yeah, and you're kind of seeing that interior front seven of the Mustangs kind of getting that early pressure up the gut. Here on a big 4th and 4 play, we've seen the Bengals pull out a quick toss throughout the season. I kind of like to see that. Get it to the outside really quick and let your guys make a play on the outside. It looks like right here we're just going to get the hard count, try to draw them off sides and get that free 5 yards.
I think Middle Creek sniffed it out. Coach Hall saw that it wasn't going to work, so he takes a timeout. And we're going to take a timeout here at Middle Creek Stadium. Mustangs up 6-0 over the Bengals. Welcome back to the Bengals Football Network here at Middle Creek Stadium. Hall took a timeout, and he sends his punt team out. Kick up. Able to stop, and it coffins out at the 3-yard line. Wow, what a kick right there by Matt Jones. If you've been following us all year, Matt Jones has had some spectacular punts. Whether he needs to put the ball in outer space to get it away from the other team, or whether he needs to just put it right down there on the 1 to pin them.
That's a huge play right there. Forcing the Mustangs, back to territory, you're likely going to have to see a run here on the first play, and that plays to the Bengals' strength on the defense. Talk about those linebackers and those defensive linemen. See, a huge play here with the Mustangs pinned back.
Hearns gives the ball off right there, and he gets stuck in the middle. Jeremiah Waldron with the first in contact. I believe Connor Rosenblum is headed out. Placement is going to be Brian Buckwald. Here's Hearns again, giving the handoff right up center. It's going to get a few yards, but nothing big, so it's going to bring up 3rd down. So, again, right here in a great position for the defense. And this is what Fuquay relies on, great defensive play and amazing kicks from Matt Jones on that. Bengals are going to have to watch for the throw on this one. Here's Hearns, gives the handoff. He has the outside edge, and it's going to get stopped right there. Number 30, actually, number 32, Buckwalls, who just came in with a big play. Talk about not letting the bench keep you cold. He was ready to go on that first play.
That's something you love to see. Kind of something you're going to see in a rivalry game. You got a guy who probably hasn't played more than 15, 20 snaps throughout the season coming in to replace one of your key defenders in Rosenblum. Makes a huge stop on that 3rd down in the get really good field position, especially with the dangerous return man and Barker back.
Ziegler is a center guy, so he's going to be able to kind of shell the blocking. Barker, and it's still slightly over his head. And it's going to drop at the 40. Barker played that a little bit differently, and it sailed on him. So that's going to drop at the 40, and that's going to start the Bengals off with decent field position. First play of the drive. Jackson Barker gets the ball. He's going to run to the outside. He gets a stiff arm, puts on the cornerback, unable to turn the corner. Gain about a yard on the play. So second and actually we're going to say right at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 on the play. 7:37 rolling on the clock. Calls the play, breaks the huddle. See Nigel Pearson. He's going to be in motion. Here's the play. Castle gets it off to Pierce. Pierce is going to make the cut, but, the DB goes low on Pierce for the tackle. That was a solid open field tackle from a guy who did not want the contact with Pierce on that one.
Yeah, that sets up a tough situation for the Bengals and their offense. 3rd and 9, you see Burke coming into the game. It usually means we're going to pass the ball. Burke's got the surest hands on the team, and maybe we can get him with a big play here on 3rd downs.
Here we go. 3rd down long. Is the setup. Here's the waggle. The throw is going to be up there. Burke has an opportunity, and the DB played under it. And literally being short really helped him in that situation because he was just right under Burke the entire time. Solid defensive play right there. But those are the types of plays that we could really see from the Bengals earlier in downs. If we get those on 1st and 2nd, it would really bring some of that defense and change them up.
Yeah, maybe in the later drives, the Bengals mix it up some. The pass deep is a tough pass to make. One that runs the wing. Jones gets another great.
Here's a punt. He makes a first man miss. He gets to the 20, then hit by a crowd of Bengals. So they're going to drop him down at the 20. And the Mustangs are going to take over on the 20, 6:33. Again, Mustangs up 6-0. Mixed extra point. Could come into play later in the game, but the Bengals have to really get something going here. They've had a great defensive possession last go round. Let's see if they can have another one. Run play. That goes for about 4 yards. Bengals defense is playing fairly deep. I guess they're watching for the run, but that's a really big shell there. And it looks like the Mustangs are just going to eat it up. If they're going to play their safeties that deep, they're just going to keep rolling towards them. 1st down right there for number 2, Dorian Stewart. And here is the quick set offense. No huddle. Earns gets the ball. Gives it up again. Number 22 right there, Tate Jones. Mustangs no huddle offense is really pushing right now. Tate again with the run right up the middle. There's going to be the stop. Gain of 8, so 2nd and 2. Again, no huddle. His pass play. Hearns puts it up. There's going to be an attempt downfield, and good breakup by number 2 on the play. That is Zach Pierce. And that's a good breakup right there and a much-needed play to slow down this Mustangs offense.
Yeah, that's a huge play, like you said right there. Kind of slows down the hurry up. You see it on the front line. Hands on the hits for the Bengals. They're not used to an offense going that quick, and here's a big 3rd down play.
The handoff to Tate Jones. Tate Jones gets right around the edge. He's going to make 2 people miss. He's in the open field. Makes Ziegler. Brings the tackle down, but we have some laundry on the field, so that could be coming back. So we'll see about that in a second. Ball is coming back. the Mustangs. They still will get the first down. They'll get the first down on the play. So 1st and 10 from the 39. To the sidelines, gets his play call. Here's a rocket shot into the flats. Here's a play for Briley. Briley makes a short tackle. He's gonna get the stop right there. Darius Briley with a good tackle right there. It was gonna number 15, David Hoskins on the play. Again, hurry up offense for the Middle Creek Mustangs. Trying to really push this Fuquay team. Quick time for the Bengals to get a breather. Here's a really tough position that you put the Bengals in. You already have a very large offensive line, and they're pushing on these Bengals, and now they're not even getting time to catch their breath. Here's a run play, and they stopped that one there. Number 30, Joey Carlin on the tackle. I think Jace Gaddy was in well. Turns. Looking, he's getting chased down by Waldron, gets held. Waldron just doesn't hold on long enough. Has to throw it out, and there's going to be a flag, and that's going to be intentional grounding, I believe. No receiver, so yes, intentional grounding on the play. That brings up 3rd and long. Again, sometimes when it starts looking bad, that's when, there's a break that comes for the Bengals.
Yeah, that's a huge break right there for the defense, setting up a 3rd and a really long play. We know this offense is capable of picking up this play. So if the Bengals can get a stop here and force them to punt, that just win for this.
4:31 remaining in the half, 6-0. Mustangs up. 3 receivers split. Turn steps back, 3-step dropped. Fires over to number 5. He's going to get across the 10. Here's Carlin and Pierce on the tackle, Nigel Pierce. So number 5 gets a big break, and that's Therius Suggs. So he dragged right over the top. Oh, there's a flag on the play. There's another flag on the play, and this offense just can't get out of their own way right now. Flag brings up 3rd and 20. You could have a high-powered offense all you want to, but 3rd and 20 is a perfect set for this Bengals defense. They don't give these up. So this is going to be a great opportunity for them to get this Mustangs offense off the field. Two receivers split. Wing tight to the right. Turns, goes for the jump. Doesn't get him. There's a little bit of movement on the line, but then there's going to be a timeout right there for Middle Creek.
Yeah, coming up on this big 3rd and long, I think the Mustangs probably will just go with the safety play of the gut to Stewart. You never know; they might try to air it out. But if I'm the defense, you kind of saw on that 3rd and long before the penalty, the Bengals kind of set back in like a soft kind of zone coverage. I'm a defensive player and a coach right there. I want to be the aggressor, especially in a rivalry game against a team like Middle Creek, where their offense is potent, where you're presumed to be the underdog almost every year. You don't want to back down from a big opportunity on a 3rd and 10. Be the aggressor. Kind of like in basketball, when you're up 15 with 5 to go, some coaches like to deflate the ball, and some coaches like to keep playing and keep being the aggressor. With the Bengals defense, be the aggressor. Bring a little pressure, or play some tighter man coverage up front on the outside, and force the Mustangs to make a play. Don't have an easy dump down and try to get them out in space.
That was a great rundown of a thought of going and doing something a little bit different from what the Bengals do. Evan came up with a great analogy right there talking about basketball. Right now, if you really put some pressure on receivers, see how they can get off the ball. Here we go. 3rd and 20. Kern sets back, lets it fly over the middle. He has a man wide open, but just too far. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and Kearns knows he missed the opportunity there.
Right, like I said before the play, bring some pressure. You had Rosenberg coming off the outside. I don't know if you could see it in your shot. He forced that. He caused that pass to be rushed. Kearns had a guy streaking down the field wide open. Usually he's going to make that pass probably 9 times out of 10. But when you've got Rosenberg right in your face, cause him to overshoot it, and a huge stop for the Bengals.
So we're going to bring out the punt team again for the Middle Creek Mustang. Jackson Barker is going to be deep. Low snap. Eiley gets it off. Barker's going to get under. He's going to call for the fair catch and drops it down on the 10-yard line. So the Bengals will get started right there. Bengals are going to have to find something to use to really push to open up this offense. 6-0 is not a debt that's.
Yeah, looking for on this hopefully this final drive, either, put some points on the board. If you're the Bengals, just try to get this clock down as far as give it back to the middle because they're capable of getting it down the field in a hurry.
First play, Shepard, and he gets dropped down on a no gain. So 2nd and 10 again. First down dive has been very popular this game. We've had some success, a couple 5-yard runs, but Mustangs have picked up on it a few times. Break. Caden Castle walks up. He's Burke out there with a new number 10. Jackson Barker in motion. Shepard gets the ball and another 2 yards on the play, so that's going to bring up 3rd down. So 3rd down and about 7 for the Bengals. Going to bring a pass potential play here. Ball has his. Bring in Caden Linkage. Shepard is going to come off the field. Set to the right. Green is going to be running in motion. Aiden Castle drops it in there just a little bit over the hands of Jackson Barker. Good play, good setup, just doesn't connect. So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Bengals. We'll get to see Matt Jones one more time. 2:17 remaining in the first half. 6-0 Middle Creek.
And you like the play there on a 3rd down. You had Barker streaking down the field open. Castle just, puts a little too much air under it. See if Matt Jones can once again, flip the field with a big punt.
Looks like there's some pressure going to be applied to this kick. Jones still gets it off. Not his best kick, but again, it gets rolling. He can get it to the 50. That's not a bad situation for the Bengals. So again, even when his kicks aren't the best, they're still pretty good. So that's a great kick right there and great turn of the field for Matt Jones. That's going to bring this defense out. And as you can see, as they're walking on the field, not too many people are sprinting. You got a light jog here, walk here, but they're tired. Side. Here's Kearns looking to open back up. He gets the ball there, throws it to about the 39. There's going to be a flag on the play on the far side. I think there a sideline infraction possibly, or It's going to be a sideline warning for the Bengals. That's going to be a first down for the Mustangs. .39. Again, two receivers split to the short side of the field. Receiver runs out. Here's a jailbreak pass. Number 5 gets the pass, and that's there. He is Suggs and Jace Gaddy with the tackle from behind. Again, the Bengals are scrambling to find where they are, and Middle Creek is already set. Here's the play. Kearns is going to set back. He's hanging out, relaxing, got a little bit of time, and then slides finally. But he was able to just hang out for a while on that one. So 3rd and looks like 2. A really long 2 in this situation. So here's the defense. They got a little pep to their step, so let's see what happens here. Is going to be the run right up the middle, number 2. And, oh, he's grabbed, just missed by Joey Carlin. Number 2's keep going. He hits Pierce on the play, and that's going to be a first down. Joey Carlin was that close to bringing him down in the backfield.
Yeah, that would have been a huge play right there for the Bengals. You see that the Mustangs going back to the hurry-up offense just over a minute. See if the Bengals can keep them out of the end zone, that'd be a huge win right here late in the first half.
Great win for the first half, and that will keep them in the game coming out. Here is the counter all the way to the left-hand side. He cuts all the way across, loses his feet, gets to about the 5-yard line, 47 seconds rolling. Again, looking to see if the defense can be stout here. Right up the middle with Hearns, and he's going to get in with 34 seconds remaining. And that's going to be a tough one to take for the Bengals right there. Getting that touchdown up with less than 45 seconds to go in the period. Mustangs look to go for 1, so they're not going to try to even the score out. We're going for 2 to get to 14. They're just going to take the extra point and look for 13. Snap, the hold down, kick is up and splits the uprights this time. So again, the Bengals allowing the score with less than a minute left, bringing the score 13-0 here at Mustang Stadium, and we just got to start thinking, what are the types of things that the Bengals could do to get into this game, stay in this game, or even keep it close?
And doing nothing, out of the ordinary happens on this final drive here with 30 seconds to go in the first half. The Bengals are going to go down in the halftime down 13-0, and the Mustangs are going to get the ball to start the second half. You're looking to that first drive of the second half. You got to get a stop. You can't get down, 3 scores against an offense as talented as the Mustangs. Even if the defense could get maybe a huge turnover, give an extremely short field to the offense and get them in the flow and get them going, it's just going to be a really big, first drive for the Bengals coming out of this this halftime break.
Here we go, setting up for the kickoff. One more time, Eiley is going to be the kickoff man. He's the extra point man as well. The kick, and he gets all of that one, and that's going to be a touchback. So 34 seconds remaining in the first half. Let's see what Coach Hall has here. The ball's going to be spotted on 20. Let's see if they take a knee to run it into halftime or they take a shot downfield. We appreciate you supporting Bengals. Here's a snap. Ball is going to go up for Ethan Burke. almost caught and then knocked out of the hands by number 12. Solid play, Josh High. So brings 28.2 seconds. And that was Braswell came in at quarterback to throw the ball. Braswell with a little stronger arm, so they were just going out there to see what they could get on the play.
And I mean, I like that play, trying to test the defense deep in your better passer backs. And, Burke and Braswell were, pretty dynamic duo a season ago, and you like the look here late in the second half.
Sometimes you just got to throw it all out there, especially on the last game. Here's Braswell. He gets a little bit of pressure, moves pretty well, still being chased by Holland, lets the ball go. And that was some athleticism right there for Braswell. 20 seconds remain. Seemed like that clock didn't get started or stopped correctly because we had 26. That seemed like that play went a lot longer. So again, staying with Braswell, 20.2 seconds, 13-0. Mustangs up. Play to come in. And the thing about Fuquay is they have quite a few receivers over 6 foot. You have Dylan Smith, number 12. You have Nigel Pierce, number 4. Know the name. Ethan Burke, number 10. Ball, and there's a flag on the play, and that's the illegal shift on the play. Middle Creek declines it, so that's going to bring a 4th down, and that's going to bring a timeout for the Mustangs. So 15 seconds remaining, and the Mustangs coach takes a timeout, just trying to talk about what they might be able to get into. Really tough first half right here for the Bengals. So at halftime, some of the adjustments are probably just going to be just to get your mind back into the game and playing strong with this game. 13-0, not a huge, but it hasn't really been close when it comes.
Yeah, playing against a team in Middle Creek, 5 of their past 35. Morally, if you're the big offensive plays to
They are going after this kick, and Matt Jones will have one on his head, and there's the kick, and good. And then there's going to be a fair catch on the play. So really smart play there by Braden Harrison to fair catch the ball and give his offense an opportunity to throw some passes. So Kern sets up with his offense again. He's had some success already, and he's looking to throw the ball again. 4 wide receivers. Lets the ball out to the flat. There's a play on the ball. It's going to be incomplete. The pass was intended for Therius Suggs, but it falls short. So 3.5 remaining. They're keeping their off. Coach is walking. Okay, no, they're keeping their offense out there. 5 seconds remaining in the half. 3 receivers. Kearns gets the snap. He's going to set up, and he's looking to launch, and he's not going to be able to. He's just going to run it out, and that will be the first half. 13-0. Mustangs put up an impressive first half with an offense. Bengals did enough to keep them from making it too out of reach, but it's going to be a lot to talk about during halftime.
Yeah, the Bengals, coming out the gates, the offense looked like they were, getting something there in the early goings, and costly penalties and just, dud runs there late in the first and second drives kind of slowed them down. gotta tip your hat off to the defense. You know, midway through that second quarter, you saw the Mustangs go to that hurry up offense. That really seemed just to put the Bengals in place. And there were a number of times you could have seen the Mustangs, you know, finish the drive on, but the Bengals defense was, you know, that bend don't break kind of style, and to only be down 13 zip to an offense as potent as really a win for the Bengals, and look for, you know, hopefully a very motivational, you know, speech at the half, and get the Bengals defense back out there and get a huge stop, you know, here on that first drive for the Mustangs.
So again, 13-0 Mustangs up going into the half. It is senior night here at Middle Creek, so we'll have a little bit of an extended half, and we will take a break here until about 2 minutes before. We will see you there here on the Bengals Football Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn.
Welcome back to Mustang Stadium here on the campus of Middle Creek High School, where the Mustangs of Middle Creek are up 13-0 over the Fuquay Bengals. And we took a break for the halftime just to make sure that we gave Coach Hall and the Fuquay Bengals enough time to really get a chance to talk. And I think they're going to come out with something really, really big, a good defensive stop here. But Evan, like, what are you looking forward to seeing in the second half?
Out the gates, I want to see some more of that pressure you saw from the Bengals defense there on that 3rd and 20 play. Get some pressure on the outside. Get Rosenblum in the backfield. He thrives really pressuring the quarterback. And if the defense can, force a big turnover here in the beginning. Get a big turnover, set up a short field, and then you can have your offense, kind of get a short field and get some comfort and, just some mojo back on the offensive side.
Looking for mojo, second half, Middle Creek, Fuquay. Here we go. Pop-up kick. By number 21, he's going to catch it on about the 28, gets to, let's call it the 30. So a couple moves gets him to the 30, and that's going to bring out this offense. And run by Chad Kearns, and Kearns has looked really, really good today. So we'll see what the offense has to offer. Let's see what the defense has after the half. Kearns gets the snap, hand up right up the middle. There's number 2, and he is off to the races. There's going to be the tackle. Brought down by number 9, Connor Rosenblum, and that is a big way to start the second half.
Yeah, and here we see the Mustangs, going back to that hurry-up offense and trying to keep the Bengals defense on their toes.
That was a run by number 2, Dorian Stewart, about a 30-yard run. So first down and 10, 38-yard line, 11:32. There's a handoff to number 32, and he gets smacked, and that's a big hit right there. Number 15 on the play. That is Brady Nathanson, and that's a big hit right there for the sophomore, 5'11", 185. Earns 3 receiver set. Pistol, hands off to number 22 again, and he is stopped right there by Joey Carlin and Rosenblum. So after a big first down play, here's 3rd down right here. So the Fuquay Bengals defense settles in. Then his offensive backfield mates looking at the sideline to get the play, get the signals in. Kearns relays. Here we are. Receiver set to the left. Kearns pushes him out. Here's the bubble screen, and he falls, and that's going to be a gain of nothing right there at the line of scrimmage, and that play had some potential.
The offense thing on the field. This is a big play right here for the all back in your hands of the offense and really start to turn this game around.
Kearns falls deep. He looks across the middle. Here's going to be the catch right there, and he's going to pull the ball down at about the 10-yard line. There's a big flag right there from number 25, Braden Harrison. And there's 2 flags on the play, and it's going to be because the helmet got taken off, and he showed out a little bit in front of the defender right there, Ziegler. Excuse me, that was Pierce on the defense. Going to write that down. That is going to put Braden Harrison in a situation where if he gets another one, he'll be out for the rest of this game and the next game. So he's going to have to watch the showmanship on the next throughout the rest of this game.
That's just love the emotion. take away what was some shit. Looking at 1st and goal from the 9. Instead, you know, you let too much emotion out, and even more obvious when your helmet flies off and you do that. All backed up. You know, a big mental error by the Mustangs, and we've seen a lot of those, you know, creating big plays. It's what really has kept it.
So we're still settling everything up. I think the officials just talked to the Middle Creek coach to let him know what has happened. Sportsmanlike penalty, offense. All right, and we're going to get set 1st and 10, the 38. Yeah, okay. Like, we're going to change it up because that's incorrect. Sometimes you look at the sidelines, you see 1st, and you see the chains at 10, and even if you say it, you know it feels kind of weird because you know that the play was a little bit different. Went over to talk to Coach Hall to let him know what's going on. Highly come kicker, so flanker position, left side. Stadium music going pretty good tonight. You know, even in a rivalry game, you have to see some of the good things that go on. And, you know, been some pretty good music here tonight as we do our call, Evan. So it looks like everything has been – oh, wait, hold on. There it is. We are back in session on the field. Here we go. Calls for the ball. Step drop. Gets pressure, evades it, goes right through. And then number 15 there again, Brady Nathanson. So seeing him come through on 2 plays in this drive. So seeing Brady Nathanson makes 2 good plays. But what that means is 45, Jared Rosenberg is not on the field right now. So that. There's Kearns quick out to the slot. Tries to make a move, unable to make a move, and that was number 15 for the Middle Creek Mustangs, David Hoskins, and we have an injured player on the field with a flag as well. So he had an injury right there. It looks like the left tackle for Middle Creek, Jeremiah McCrimmon, got rolled up on. So wishing speedy recovery for him, and hopefully he gets back into tonight's game. Hearns looking at the sideline, trying to get his off play. Talking to the down to 3, 2, 1. Game. Interesting because the official was looking at the quarterback and the coach to say, "Hey, you guys want to go ahead and get the play started?" But they just kept talking. So 5-yard penalty. Like it may have been a penalty done on purpose, maybe to give him a little extra room. So here comes Kearns. Goes into the outside to the flat, number 5. Briggs. Oh, excuse me, Suggs on the pass. Nice gain on the play, and that brings up 2nd and 9. It's a hurry-up offense. Number 22 in the backfield with Kearns, Tate Jones. And here's Jones right here with the carry, and he is going to cut right, and they're going to stop him about the 5-yard line. About the 5-yard line. So 3rd down and 1 from the 6. So the possibility for 1st down is there for Middle Creek. Play. Tate gives the ball off. He cuts left, cuts back right, and he is down on the 1. There's a side judge comes in, and he spots him down. And they're going to run the clock. So 7:40 in third, remaining in the 3rd. 1st and goal. No chances for 1st down now. Sends the ball off to Tate, and he is stuffed again. So 2nd down. Good stop right there. Very far away from being the defensive stop that they need, but that was a good stop right there. So hopefully they can build on that momentum. They're waiting for the call from the coach. They're discussing it. Clock run down a little bit, and there's the call. Hearns has it. Running backs in the backfield with him. He's going to snap. Keeper right there, and he gets met by a guy on the tackle, but he is in for the touchdown. Bringing the score, Middle Creek Mustangs 19, Fuquay-Varina Bengals 0. I give an opportunity here for Eiley to kick another extra point. Good. So the score increases to 20-0. 6:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. And we're going to take a break here on the Bengals Football Network. And we're back here at Mustang Stadium, excuse me, where the Middle Creek Mustangs have a 20-0 lead with 6:41 third. There's the kick, and it is going into the end zone, touchback. So that's going to put the ball on the 20-yard line, and it's going to be an opportunity for the Fuquay Bengals to open it up. Nothing to lose here. You're down 20. Time to open up the offensive playbook and dig it out there. Jacob Braswell is going to come back out as a quarterback. Smith, who's going to line up at tight end. Ethan Burke. Action look kind of off. There's only 10. There were only 10 people on the field at that time. So formation looked a little bit off, but because there were too few people. So 2nd and 7 for the Bengals. Tight. Going to be in motion. Going to get the toss. He's going to try to get out to the corner. Unable to. Makes a cut. Not bad. Gains a few extra yards. Smart run there by Green. That brings up 3rd down and 5. Right here, Fuquay. This is pretty much a do-or-die play right here. Braswell steps up to the line, looks right, looks left. Motion play right there. They're going to give it to Connor Rosenblum. Excuse me. Connor Shepperell. Do apologize. Connor Shepperell on the play. And he's going to get the 1st down. So the fullback dive right there for the 1st down. And, opening up the playbook, going deep. No, Coach Hall said, no, I'll just use play number 1 right here just to get the 1st down on that one. Back to, oh, no, there was a hold in the pitch, and he is met immediately, and they kept going after the play. And I don't believe that the Middle Creek Mustang had any issues with that one right there. But the officials did, and that is going to be a flag. That is Josh High on the tackle.
You see it again, just the mental errors by the Mustangs tonight. Coming up and that's not. Emotions are high in the forced errors by the Mustangs. Just in this game, but if you gotta crack down on those mistakes in the playoffs. And
Their coach is definitely going to have a conversation with his guys. Yeah, it's okay to have this high energy against a rival, but once the playoffs hit, it's time to settle in. Shepperell, dive to the left. 2nd and 9. 4:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Bengals get back up to the line of scrimmage. Braswell first. Ball tries to get on a jump. They don't move. Goes back under. Gives back to Shepperell. Dive. And that's going to be swallowed up by the Mustangs on 2nd down. Brings up 3rd down and about 7.
on this, 3rd down, take over. Hopefully the Bengals, air it out, open the playbook a little. You've got Braswell back there at quarterback. He's definitely the comfortable of the 2 quarterbacks. Big 3rd down. in the game.
Vincent Green in motion. Braswell gets the fake. He pitches off to Green. Green has to retreat to get the ball because there was a lateral on the play. And that's going to be turnover on downs. And oh, that's going to be fourth down. Excuse me. So that's going to send out Matt Jones. And Matt Jones is going to be looked to here again to try to switch this field position around for the Bengals. They attack the ball again, and Jones gets one off, and it is screaming and rolling and twisting and turning and bumbling all the way down to the 19. And again, just an amazing kick right there. And many times you don't hear this person getting the MVP of the season, but Matt Jones has just been amazing this entire season. Kearns goes back out for another offensive possession. It's going to be the carry out to number 2, Dorian Stewart. Dorian Stewart is not the biggest running back in the world, but he is not small in the slightest. And for a high school tailback, he brings a thump when he comes. Turns hands off again. Tate Jones is going to go to the right, stutters off, and then he gets brought down. That's going to be number 42. I believe that's Kendall Harrison. Harrison in on the play. Getting some of their younger guys some playing time. Kendall Harrison just throws to the short side of the field. Great catch right there by number 9. That's number 5 by Darius Suggs. And he gets brought down in the Middle Creek side looking for a flag, but they were unable to get it on that play. Ball given again to number 2, Stewart. Again, he lowers the shoulders and pushes forward. There's going to be a stoppage. Oh, excuse me, not a stop. Here's that quick no huddle. Going again. Here's a stop. Oh. Saints have to move, so 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. 1:17 remaining in the third period. Tate Jones right, cuts back left. Briley and Harrison are there for. They look like they were there for the moment, but Tate continues to push. So he's going to get a little bit of forward progress. 2nd and 5 on the play. And again, the no huddle running. Burns settles down, throws the short side into the flat. Number 15 gets it. And then Ziegler goes up under him for a nice submarine tackle. Number 15 for Middle Creek is David Hoskins. Had a couple catches today and a couple first down catches. This no huddle is really causing a problem for Fuquay, and there's a long throw, and that's going to be caught by number 5, Suggs, and he scores the touchdown. 25 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and the Mustangs put the score up 26-0.
Yeah, there you see it. The Mustangs offense just thriving in that hurry up. One of the biggest problems for your defense and you're facing the hurry up is you don't get that free substitution. The offense isn't making subs. The ump isn't stopping the center from snapping the ball. And you just saw, I mean, a night in which the Bengals defense has been on the field, 70, 75% of the game. Just the gas is, low on the tank, and you're seeing that the Mustangs just, beat the Bengals deep.
Great play call after just running after them, running at the Bengals, and hey, we're going to throw this over the top. Extra point is good, Going to bring the point total to 27-0. 25 seconds left, and the Bengals will get an opportunity to make a play going into the fourth quarter. And we appreciate everybody for coming around this season to the Bengal Football Network. We appreciate everybody who's tuned in, listened, giving us feedback. Again, we will try to make everything as good as we possibly can for this season, but we will be bigger and better next season, especially when we head back home to the brand new Fuquay-Varina High School facilities. We're looking to be one of the biggest schools in the state. Definitely be the biggest school in Wake County, but I think it's close to being the biggest school in the state. So that is going to be a great thing for us. We'll have a lovely place to broadcast these games, and you'll have a great place to find everything for the home of the Bengals. They with the kick and up, and this one looks to be returnable. Ziegler's going to get an opportunity. Blow it down, then he goes off to the left. He has a blocker in front with blocker. He's going to get to the sidelines, and he is met at the sideline. Big shoulder right there by the kicker, actually. So that's going to bring out the Fuquay-Varina offense. Option, option toss on the play. It's over. Oh, the keeper actually kept that on that one. Excuse me. So that's going to be 2nd and 8 on the play. And that is going to be the third quarter. So heading into the fourth quarter, Middle Creek Mustangs 27, Fuquay-Varina 0. We're going to take a break here on the Bengals Football Network. Bengals back on offense. Pepperell right behind Braswell. Braswell throws it out to Dylan Smith. That's going to be a first down for Smith. Again, one of those 6'2 receivers, 6'2 and up receivers that Coach Hall has. Dylan is 6'4. Looks like we have all the tall receivers out. There's Braswell. He's going to scramble out to the right. He gets a seal block on the side. There's the ball over to Jackson Barker, and that's going to be a touchdown right there to get it started. And that breaks the shutout. 11:23 remaining. Great concentration right there on Barker because he had an opportunity to drop it, but he definitely corralled the ball, and that was a great play right there. So 11:23, that brings the score 27-6 in the fourth quarter. So, you know, if you really need to score 27 points in one quarter, taking off less than a minute at a time is really how you want to do it.
Yeah, that's just got to be a big play for the offense as a whole. That's their, their first touchdown or even score in 7 quarters. Try to get some confidence, juice back this off. Maybe air it out the next few drives. Looks like the PAT has failed as the interior block came through. That's a big turn of events right there for the Bengals. That's, if you hope to make this comeback and really it's decision time here for the Bengals. Middle Creek. Is it too early to 11 and change, down 3 scores? Nothing has seen this deep. Big decision coming up here for the Bengals.
Definitely a great question if we're going to go on sides here. You want to think about that because, like you said, you don't have as much time as you think you have. There's a lot of time, but it's not as much time as you think you have. So you had a good rollout there play. You throw it. Barker scores a touchdown. Now let's see what type of moxie you're going to bring out on the field with the thought process right here. A different group, normal. Jones sets up the kick for the Bengals. Gonna get it up there in the air. There's gonna be a fair catch, and they're gonna bring it down right there at about the 26-yard line. Excuse me. First and 10, the Mustangs, and let's see if the Bengals dial up some pressure on the defensive side, and just do something a little bit different, just like they did on the offensive side. Again, we have Garland in that middle, along with Harrison, but no Rosenberg right now. So we're still looking for Rosenberg. Harrison with a good play right there, along with Waldron. And there's a long throw from the back judge right there on the flag. So from the area, Evans' knowledge is usually, if it comes from that back judge that far, is, but there was a personal foul on the Bengals. Burns looked one way, goes the other for the jailbreak, and unable to give his receivers some room to run. That was number 19 on the play, Adam Booker. Adam Booker had the first reception in the game. Haven't heard his name. Again, here's the hurry-up offense. Going over to Booker, and again, he drops it, and that is incomplete.
Very surprised. Of course, I know the hurry-up's been working. They, try to take a little bit more than 28 seconds off, but I did mention earlier, stay the aggressor, and they are staying the aggressor. Big third down play here for the Bengals. You would think this is Get a stop back in your try to turn this game around.
Is the throw into the flats to the running back, number 2, Stewart. And he is going to be short on the play. So that's going to bring up 4th and about 2. Let's see what the Mustangs go with here. So have a quick score on offense. Decent 3 and out. 3 down so far. We're going to the 4th down. There it is. Middle Creek is going to send the punt team out. So good stop. Ziegler, Pierce is going to go back up, and there's Barker to replace him. Ziegler is going to go to about that secondary range. They need one more person to come out on Middle Creek. Still gets the snap off in time. There's the kick. End over end, and it is going to drop right at about the 20. Yeah, drops at the 20, and that's where we're going to get next possession for the Bengals. And looking like a little pep in their step coming off the sideline. So let's see if that touchdown was what they needed to really get going. Here's Braswell under center again. There's a motion play outside to Pierce. Pierce gets a little room, gets tackled. Here's a flag on the play.
Looking like run a play and you get a penalty. Kind of like open up the playbook and show some plays that really use the whole year. Try to catch the defense.
It's not like they show this all the time. So hey, go ahead, try it. See what you have. This may, be a change in the game plan. There's a long ball. Braswell is going to throw it for Ethan Burke. Unable to get it. Ethan Burke changes his number to number 10 this game. You guys are used to seeing him with 17, but he's number 10 this game. Again, those are the tries that the Bengal faithful are looking for, the downfield tries. You have a lot of athletes, a lot of height, and some of these kids have amazing hands. Dylan Smith, Ethan Burke have already showed great catches this season. You got guys like Nigel Pierce who's shown some ability to catch out the backfield. There's the ball to Dylan Smith, and he gets crunched up there. Again, short hands, great catch. And those are the types of plays that, you want to do the dive. You're looking for those chunk yardage, but you can also do the same on screens.
And with the Bengals throwing deep shots about 80, those quick curl. That's a solid 9-yard to make this a little bit more man.
So there's a flag on the play. There could have been about 5. And
then you just see it again, the Mustangs, the future, to expect her. As everyone said, like when you, everyone is a champ. Everyone had a success that you can just out muscle and these mental errors really just piling up for the Mustangs. It's something that in this week, if I'm the Middle Creek coach, you really hone in on and just because playoffs right around the corner.
Sometimes coaches let a little bit more go in rivalry games, especially this being the last conference rivalry game that these two will ever play. There's a speed play for Jackson Barker, and he is brought down almost immediately in the backfield. Like Evan was saying, it's just there's too much going on in the rivalry aspect of it. On that last play where there was, necessary roughness, about 3 or 4 of the defenders just grabbed receivers and threw them to the ground. So, I think they're playing tough and a little tougher than usual. I think it'll calm down in the playoffs, but Middle Creek really has to tighten this up for this game. Aswell fades back. Sees Smith open, and there's a slam right there.
Getting to a point where the shots and the plays that the you love the rivalry. Play right, uplifting a wide out of bounds. It's just not a not a safe.
Not safe, and you're just putting other people in danger, and that's just not the way to be. Looks like coach is calling all his guys together and getting them to understand, hey, look, we're not gonna play like that. He has everybody down on one knee. He's pointing to the clock, showing them, hey, look, we're up. We don't have to play like this. So I do believe if that's a flag and that was unsportsmanlike penalty, that may be the second one for that gentleman, and he is going to be out. That was number 21, Michael Makalusa. So that was not him. The last one was on Brendan Harrison. So there's a timeout on the play. 8:28 remaining in the game. 27-6. And again, this is the type of rivalry game where, coaches are going to have to talk to their sides. Hey, keep the conversations down. Watch the things that you're saying. This is not a, hey, we're in the same conference type of rivalry. This is, we don't like you guys and we live right up the street. So hopefully they can tighten up everything on their side as well on our side, and we can finish this game with no injuries or anything like that. Coach Hall sticking with Braswell. Hands the ball off to Barker. Barker fades back about 3 yards, but then he gets the corner, and then he's off to the races right. Almost gets a first down. May have. Depending on the spot. A little short. Oh, okay. So it's a lot shorter than what I imagined the first time. I do apologize. 2nd and 4 from the 45-yard line. 8:20. Clock stop because play out to Barker again. Here's a good stutter step that allows him to give some space. Another one, and then he gets the first down. Play right there from Barker. First down, 8:06 and rolling. As well under center. Gonna roll to his left. He has a couple receivers. Nigel. That's gonna be an incomplete pass. Was going for Nigel Pierce. Stopped a little short on the route when he didn't see Braswell on the motion, then picked it up again. And by that time, the defense was all over it. 7:35. Braswell, one receiver deep, lets it fly. He has the opportunity to get it to Barker, but unable to. 4 defenders back there with Barker by himself. Tough situation for Barker trying to make a huge play right there, and that's just a hard play to make.
3rd down. Like for the Bengals, try to get that. This is 4 down territory. Have to get all. This one play, you're really looking at this. 5 chunk there, maybe get.
Playing like linebacker, so you could definitely get a pick and pop right over the top. There's Chaparral with a big hit, lowering the shoulder. That brings a little excitement to the Fuquay line. 1st and 10 from 5. Excuse me, the 20. Bengals are rolling. Trying to get more momentum. Braswell sets, throws the ball. There's right over the head of the defender. Barker catches, stays in bounds. Going to be a gain of about 2 yards. So 2nd and 7. Clock running. Driving. Up. AJ Hollingsworth. Go to Hollingsworth. Hollingsworth's first year on varsity. Last year he was a JV receiver, stud receiver there, and this is going to be one of those guys that, along with the rest of those large receiving options, could really be a threat for Braswell. Braswell keeps it, gets across the line of scrimmage, got the
That's a great read right there by Braswell. A really gutsy read at the same time. Just embracing the contact and leaning forward for that big 1st down. Now, with a little over 5:30 to go in the game, you like to see some tempo from the Bengals. Airing it out or getting quick to the line. Needing 3 scores here in these last, 5 minutes and change. You're going to have to see some urgency here.
Releases the ball to Barker, and 2nd reception touchdown, receiving touchdown on the day for Barker. Going to bring the score 27-12, 5 minutes remaining. And again, it's not that close, but again, it's not that far away. So this is an opportunity for the Bengals to, make it more interesting in 5 minutes. Process 14 turns it into a 13-point game. So still 2 possessions, but no need to run the 2-point conversion for your next 2 touchdowns. Fumble on the play, and that is going to be no good. Braswell gets stopped in the backfield. So 5:04 remaining in the game, 27-12 here on the Bengals Football Network. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mustang Stadium here where the Middle Creek Mustangs are up 27-12. Bengals just scored. And if this is not an onside kick. So Smith goes deep with it. It's going to go touchback on the play. So that's going to bring the Mustangs out on the 20. So Kearns is still out there. Interesting. Yes, it's still a 14-point game, but, you know, this late in the season, the key to this machine, do you keep them out there with a chippy game going on? Kearns, snap. He's going to hand the ball off to Stewart. Stewart gets maybe a couple yards on the play. Oh, he's not. Yeah, let's call it 2. Call it 2. Again, almost tackled, and he gets to the middle of the field, cuts across. He's still going. Briley is there to push him out, and he's going to push him out right at the 40-yard line.
And right when the Mustangs get a big play, we're talking about these costly penalties, and we've got a hold-in way back at the beginning of the play. You could see the ump kind of hanging out back there, and you kind of just knew, like, you know, as long as the Bengals don't, you know, commit a penalty themselves to negate them, that was coming back. And that's just a huge play again for this Bengals defense. Get the Mustangs behind the chains. You know, you've got to force a 3-and-out here. But that is really putting your offense in a really tough position. Getting the Mustangs behind the chains, you know, 2nd and 17 now. Your defense has got to step up, and it seems like this defense has a little more life in them. They've got some rest here with these offensive possessions kind of being a little longer than those 2-3 minute possessions we saw in the first half. See if the defense can come up big here.
So 2nd and long goes to 3rd and long. .423 remaining in the quarter, 27-12. There's going to be a timeout on the play by the Bengals. And we're going to take a timeout here on the Bengals Football Network. Burns gets the ball. Right across the middle, the drag. Briley unable to make the tackle. Iley, the kicker, still on his feet, and he gets brought down by 3 different Bengals on the play. Seeing Jared Rosenberg back on the field for the first time in a while. Riley's going to head out on the play. Snaps the ball. Gives it off to number 3, the running back, and that's a interesting hit right there. Excuse me, number 2, Dorian Stewart. Off Tate right there. Guinea to get a couple more. Going to bring up 3rd and about 3. Big stop right here. Bengals are going to really have a great call right here. Great play to get the Mustangs off the field on this one. Last time they went deep, Therius Suggs was the target. He's on the far side of the field, single coverage. Malcolm Ziegler all alone there. They're going to bring Iley in. Here's the handoff to Jones. Jones gets hit immediately by Rosenberg, and that is what they've missed for most of this game with Rosenberg on the sideline. We've called the names of Kendall Harrison and Brady Nathanson. So Rosenberg being on the sidelines has been something that has hindered the Bengals as well.
On a big 3rd down play, you in the play almost the entirety of the season. He's been consistent. We say it time and time again, Rosenberg is not the biggest guy in the field. He's not the biggest line in high school, but he's probably one of the feistiest and one of the smartest you're ever going to see. He knows how to make the right play. He knows where the ball's going. It's a really big stop there to force this 3rd down. I'd be surprised if the Mustangs offense, wouldn't be shocked if the Mustangs offense came out, but you know, if you can get the ball back into your hands of your offense, Brazzell's kind of finding a groove. Try to get some points here quick and maybe look for an ensuing onside kick to try to make this game a little interesting here down late.
Yeah, getting yourself back on the board and, you know, bringing that score a little closer, making it feel a little bit more respectable, that's a big thing, and that's a pride thing. And in sports, there is pride. You know, some people say, oh, you don't want your pride to take a – no, you do have an ego when you're out there playing sports. So you do want to make that scoreboard a little bit closer. So the Mustangs are going to go for it on 4th down. Kearns still looking for the call. Stewart is going to stay to his left-hand side. Kearns gets the snap. There's the play right there for number 19. That is for Adam Booker. And there's the situation that both sides have been waiting on to not happen. So they're going to try to break everything up, try to push everyone back. This is not what the kids need right now. So they're getting everybody separated. I don't think it was that big of a deal on the field, but because it was so close to one sideline, it did look a lot worse.
Yeah, especially if you're the Mustangs, you don't want to have a guy get a second personal foul because you've got a game next week, and if you pick up that second personal foul, you're sitting out the first half in a playoff game. You gotta calm both sides. You know, this is, high tensions. Like we said, it's Middle Creek Fuquay. No matter the yeah, and like we said, you want to keep the tempers low. We know this is a very passionate rivalry. Any athlete or any student involved in this rivalry understands the high emotion. We've kind of seen here in the 4th, kind of teeter one way, kind of lose the cool. Sure, that can come with frustration from the Bengals and obviously the Mustangs, and hope for the remainder of this game to remain clean, and hopefully there's no costly ejections or injuries here that come on late here in this game.
Yeah, that would be the unfortunate part. Anything like that, going into the next season, without a clean slate, or going into the postseason without your full gamut of weapons is not going to be with either side once. So there are going to be some ejections. There's going to be probably one or two kids out. There's probably going to be a few, like with 304. It doesn't look like they're just going to. They've called games before on less. I think they're going to still allow this game to play. They're just going to have to figure out who they need to play. So while they're settling that, we're going to go ahead and take a break here on the Bengals Broadcast Network. So the referee resets the clock. We're here going. We didn't have any individual penalties. It was a sideline warning on both sides. And there's Stewart again, first play out of the break. And he's going to get brought down by Joey Carlin. Minutes here in the fourth quarter. Still has quite a few of their starters in. Not all of them. Their linemen, their offensive line is not starter. Some of their skills guys are still the starters, though. Hands off to right up the middle. He's going to run pass to the left of Briley. Just gets slowly through him. That's going to be a first down there. That's going to keep the clock running. Game under 2 minutes, 1:45 and counting. Clock run now. Probably going to wait till about 2 seconds. Hand off to let. I think both coaches. It's about time for this. Victory formation is here. So middle snaps to end the game. So with nothing changing, with minute 14 rolling, like the score is going to end on the Bengals season 27-12 with a loss here to Middle Creek in the last ever matchup of SWAC foes I believe that both teams are probably going to put each other on the schedule. As the wrestling coach, I know that we'll always wrestle Middle Creek. Basketball, we'll probably always play Middle Creek. It is one of those rivalries that's ingrained, and it brings out the best of a lot of the athletes. You have your moments like the skirmish right there, but, sometimes you're get a little heated on the field and on the play field. But as you can see right now, a lot of these guys are shaking hands, even though we're going through, COVID right now. That's not exactly what you want to do. But, they're showing that it's not all about that, sometimes in the game it's a little bit different than outside of the game. So right there, the game ends 27-12. And Evan, it was just a tough game. Really good season for the Bengals, ending up 3-4. What did you see during this season? What did you like?
Yeah, I mean, we probably saw the best game the Bengals played, or even just that best quarter the whole season here in that fourth quarter. Just a tough ending for the Bengals, but, they really fought against an opponent and a rival that was really just blown out teams up until this point. And, you gotta tip your hat up to the heart of the Bengals. With this being a COVID season, you just have to thank, the coaches, the trainers, the parents for allowing a season to happen that, probably 6-7 months ago or over the summer, kids, including myself, really have to tip the hats off to involved. And, I'd like to make it, a huge shout out to Rand Northam. He was the gentleman who I reached out to my sophomore year. And gave me this opportunity to work for the Bengal Sports Network and R3 Sports. He started me with the little spreadsheet and the stats, which I still do, along with the color commentating. And, just like to thank him for the opportunity. I'd like to thank you for, joining me alongside here for this season. It was definitely a blast, and just, a little bit of normalcy in a season and a year that has really been anything but normal.
Again, that's the word right there, normal. We may not ever get back to normal, but there's a lot of things that we missed in this year, with COVID. Most of the spring sports only had a few of their games, and we didn't know after that moment, would we have sports the next year? We really fought back. We really found a lot of ways to, get around the COVID situation, distancing. And it was great. So a lot of the sports have come back. Again, basketball had an amazing run this year. Baseball is set to have another amazing run. Lacrosse had a great run this year. Fuquay had great runs across the gamut. And just coming up a little bit short in football. And again, I love to say thank you for the opportunity here, Mr. Stacy Smith. Evan, it was great working with you. I came in as a play-by-play guy, and as soon as you started talking color commentary, we had a great chemistry there. So really appreciate the season. Thank you. Great job on your season. I was there as the clock guy for, the majority of the basketball season. So happy for you going on to bigger and greater things. So if you guys hear this man's voice in the next 5 years, he started right here, Bengal Broadcast Network. We're going to really push this and try to get this better and do the best things that we can. So for everyone here, Mr. Stacy Smith, Evan Rogers. Yes. I'm sorry. I had a minor brain fart there. And my name is David Oliveira. We've had a blast doing this for you for the last 5 weeks. So we're going to continue to do this next year. We're going to have fun with it. And we thank you all for coming out. So thank you for attending and listening to these games. And we just want to thank everyone out there. So have a good night. Get home safe. Thank you so very much.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Score Boys podcast. I'm your host, Cody Wilburn.